Missionary, what's happening? I'm going to start off by telling you what a perfectly competitive market is. Perfectly competitive market is that it contains firms that have equal share in industry and they have no barrier to entry. They have a limited tax and all the firms sell an identical product. All the firms happen to be price takers and they cannot control the market since all the firms have equal share and size in that particular market. They also have freedom of entry and they have the freedom to exit whenever they want. Now I'm going to go on to what a market price is. A market price is based on the supply and demand and it will fluctuate de depending on the quantity and size of the demand of either. Alright, let's go on to what the relationship between the market price and the price for any firm in the market. This is called market power. It is the ability to raise price above the marginal cost and earn a positive profit. The degree to which a firm can raise the price above marginal cost depends on the shape of the demand curve at the profit maximizing output. Speaking of profit maximizing output, we'll talk about that next. Profit maximizing level of output is found to be equating its marginal revenue with its marginal cost, which is the same profit maximizing condition that a perfectly competitive firm uses to determine its equilibrium level of output. When the price falls, the market demand for output increases. The relationship between price and the average total cost. Alright, since price equals the marginal revenue for the perfectly competitive firm, the profit maximizing level of output for a perfectly competitive firm will also be the quantity at which the price equals the marginal cost. When would a firm continue to operate at an economic loss? A firm will continue to operate at an economic loss if the market price is lower than the perfectly competitive firm's average total cost. The firm will continue to produce if the price exceeds the average variable cost. Okay. If the economic losses are persistent, the long-run changes to the market supply, the market equilibrium quantity, and the market equilibrium price, and the profit maximizing level of output for firms that remain in the market are the existence of the profit economic prices in particular industry attracts new firms to the industry in the long run. As new firms enter, the supply curve shifts to the right, price falls, and profits fall. Firms continue to enter the industry until economic profits fall to zero. If firms in the industry are experiencing economic losses, some will leave. The supply curve shifts back to the left, increasing price, and reduces the losses. Firms will continue to leave until the remaining firms are no longer suffering losses. This will happen until economic profits are zero. What are the conditions that would result in a monopoly? The conditions that would result in a monopoly are patents, since it excludes others from producing such products, large startup costs, since new firms have minimal capital as a start to compete against significantly larger firms, limited access to resources, since it will restrict you to produce a limited amount of product due to lack of resource for a variety of reasons. These reasons could be shortage, price, or any other things. Why marginal revenue is less than price on the demand curve? Since the monopolist must lower the price on all units in order to sell additional units, marginal revenue is less than the price. Okay. The monopolist price The monopolist's profit maximizing level of output is found by equating its marginal revenue with its marginal cost. This is the same as profit maximizing condition that a perfectly competitive firm uses to determine its equilibrium level of output. As the price falls, the market's demand for output increases. Now we're going to be talking about economic profit that will occur in the long run. Economic profit can occur in the long run since it would shift the industry supply curve upward by the same amount. The result in the short run would be an increase in price, but by less than the increase in cost per unit. Firms would experience economic losses, causing exit in the long run. What is the purpose of price discrimination? The purpose of this is generally to capture the market's consumer surplus. This surplus arises because in the market with a single clearing price, some customers, the very low price elastic segment, would have to be prepared to pay more than just a single market price. Mr. Neary, that's my section 11 video. I'll be back for section 12. Peace out.